Hi guys, welcome. So today I will be talking about few important issues that happened on 3rd of October 2023. So welcome to News in 30 minutes, and let us now try and understand some of the important issues that has taken place from prelims and means perspective that you need to know. Alright, so welcome to News in 30 minutes. So the first initiative that or the first issue that is happening in news is the 2023 Nobel Prize has been given to in medicine. They have been given to people who found pathway to mRNA vaccines. They found a pathway to mRNA vaccines. So let us understand what this significance is all about. Okay. So first of all, what is mRNA? mRNA is known as messenger RNA. They are basically produced by the DNA of the cell, and this mRNA is a messenger that carries an instruction from the DNA to the cell's cytoplasm, and this mRNA carries the instruction to produce proteins. So this is the use of mRNA. mRNA basically are messenger RNAs that carries instruction to produce proteins. They are produced in the cell's DNA and they go to the cell's cytoplasm, carrying the instruction to produce proteins. Now, what are mRNA vaccines? Now look, scientists knew that they can use this mRNA, they can instruct this mRNA to produce certain type of proteins, and these proteins can invoke the immune system to fight the proteins. In that way, by creating proteins to invoke the immune system to fight the proteins, the body can be seasoned, or the body can be trained, or the immune system can be trained in such a way that in the future, if these proteins are produced by any pathogens within the body, then that automatically will invoke the immune system to fight these proteins. So that is the basic idea of mRNA vaccines. It is basically an idea wherein mRNA is used to produce proteins, and these proteins will invoke the immune system and fight this particular protein, so that now the immune system has in its memory the procedures to fight any type of such proteins in the future case study. So that is the idea behind mRNA vaccines. But there was a challenge. The challenge with the scientific community was mRNA, when it is produced in the lab, that is when you take synthetic mRNA. Now, when they used to introduce the synthetic mRNA into the human body, this synthetic mRNA was considered to be foreign substance, and hence this mRNA was getting rejected. The immune system itself used to fight this mRNA. So if this was the case, using synthetic mRNA was itself a challenge. Now this is where the Nobel laureates that have been awarded this year, 2023, come in. They were able to make some changes within the basis of mRNA, and because they were able to make those changes within the basis of the mRNA, the body could now accept the synthetic mRNA, and this paved the way. Once the body accepts mRNA, this paves the way for the development of mRNA vaccines. So this is the whole idea behind how these scientists paved the way for mRNA vaccines. Now, very important, mRNA vaccines was during the time of COVID. During the COVID pandemic, we saw mRNA vaccines that helped in carrying instructions to the body to produce spike proteins. Now, these spike proteins were basically produced when the body is infected with the COVID virus, and these spike proteins were mimicked by the mRNA vaccines, and they were trained by our immune system to fight these proteins in case of any future infection. So that is how mRNA vaccines played a very pivotal role in COVID times for us to fight the COVID pandemic. So that is why this prize is justifiable, and this prize is definitely attributable to their contributions. So this is about the Nobel Prize in Medicine 2023 that goes for paving the way for mRNA vaccines. Alright. The next issue, as you can see, the next issue is IAF to induct ASTRA missiles by the end of 2023. Now, as you know, all the three names that you're seeing, ASTRA missile, ISTAR aircraft, as well as Project Kusha, all the three are indigenously being developed to enhance our defense capabilities, and hence knowing these terms are very important for you. The first is ASTRA missile. ASTRA missile, what you should know is, one, it is a air-to-air missile. The next is, it is beyond visual range missile system. The third is, its range is 110 kilometers, and it is being developed by DRDO, and it travels 4 times the speed of sound. So these are the few things that you should know about ASTRA missile. So this ASTRA missile is compatible with the MiG or the Sukhoi or the LCA Tejas aircraft that is also being indigenously developed. So this is about the ASTRA missile. The next is ISTAR aircraft. What is ISTAR aircraft? The full form is Intelligence, Surveillance, Target Acquisition and Reconnaissance. Getting it? Intelligence, Surveillance, Target Acquisition and Reconnaissance. This is known as ISTAR aircraft. It is basically an airborne early warning and control system. So it is like having a surveillance set up in the aeroplane and allowing the aeroplane to then reconnaissance or in order to survey the entire land. So that is the basic idea of ISTAR aircraft. It is an airborne early warning and control system. Alright, and this will enhance our battlefield transparency as well as our situational awareness, and this is very, very important provided that we have such a huge border area surrounding Pakistan as well as China, which are constantly in skirmish with one another. Hence this ISTAR aircraft becomes very, very important. And the next is Project Kusha. Project Kusha is an indigenous attempt to develop a missile very similar to S-400. Remember the S-400 missile that was coming from Russia to India. So S-400 is basically an air defense system. Correct? So it is an air defense system. That is, it acts as an interceptor missile. That is, it will intercept any type of incoming missiles and it will destroy those missiles, and it has a range of more than up to 400 kilometers. So in India we have the air defense system. However, the air defense system is, let us say, around 200 kilometers. So indigenously Project Kusha is nothing but developing a variety of S-400. That is, we are developing something called extended range air defense system. This extended range air defense system is nothing but enhancing our air defense to up to 400. So that becomes almost similar to the S-400 missile. This is Project Kusha. So basically Project Kusha is developing extended range surface to air missile systems. Extended range surface to air missile systems that act as interceptor missiles, and it is a type of air defense system which has an extended range of up to 400 kilometers. So these are the 3 important indigenously developed defense capabilities in India that you should know about. Alright. The next one. The next is Bihar's Caste Survey has come out. This is the first caste survey in the entire country that is made public. Now there will be a lot of debate on, is this good, is this bad, what are the repercussions, how will it impact the governance, how will it impact the politics, the elections and different scenarios. So I will just touch upon it at a very superficial level, because once again there will be a lot of articles over a period of next few months which we can compile and then talk about the pros and cons in detail. However, currently this is the first caste survey that has not been done. Several of things have been done, but it is the first caste survey that is released in public. And the debate goes like this. There are a few people who are opposing this particular caste survey becoming public. The reason why they oppose is, one, they say that now we are trying to divide the society on caste lines. The second is, they say that by doing this, by taking up the caste survey, it can breach the 50% limit that was set in Indra Savni case of 1992. That is another argument that people who are opposing this survey are talking about. Now there are few people who are also talking in line with this survey, and they tell that there are a lot of advantages. One such advantage is if you have the data analytics will help us plan and target our policies much better. It can be regarding reservations, it can be regarding a bottom-up approach. So by using the targeted approach, we can make sure that the beneficiaries are reached and there is end mile connectivity to our welfare programs. So that is the important thing that these people argue. The second is it gives a proper idea regarding the diversity of India. So the diversity of India will be known at the local level, and this diversity will help planning more better. Okay, it will not take one size fits all approach. It will definitely take customizable approach, or it will take regional approach. So that is another advantage that these people are arguing. The third argument that these people have is instead of top down, this survey will now encourage bottom up approach. So this is the debate regarding the caste survey that has been made public in Bihar. However, still debates have to be done, and there will be a lot of articles that we have to study and then make up our arguments and opinions to be written in the answers. However, for now, just have this, keep following the issues. We will discuss in detail about this caste survey even in the future videos as well. So I hope this helps. The next is there is a new malaria vaccine that has been released, and the malaria vaccine is known as R21 matrix. Okay, so this R21 matrix is matrix M. This is a malaria vaccine that has been released, and this has been approved by WHO. Now first let me talk about malaria. Malaria is a vector-borne disease, correct? So that is one. It's a vector-borne disease. It affects more than 250 million people in the entire world. Third, it also kills 6.5 lakh people around the globe. So this is a huge number. Malaria itself is a pandemic. Hence, the WHO is taking high steps in order to control this particular spread of malaria. Now, there has been a vaccine already in malaria that the WHO has approved, and the name of that vaccine is RTS, S. This is the vaccine that has already been there, that is making the rounds around the globe. However, the problem with RTS vaccine is the supply is less than the demand. This is the challenge with RTS vaccine. So, to overcome this challenge of demand exceeding the supply comes the second vaccine that has been approved, that is R21 matrix M. So I hope this particular R21 matrix M that is being sent or that has been approved, which will start from next year, will help overcome the problem of demand exceeding the supply. And this malaria usually affects children, and it is killing more children than any other diseases, so that itself is also a problem. Also, the R21 matrix is a vaccine that is produced by Oxford University, as well as it is produced by Serum Institute of India. So these vaccines will be out next year. And one more concept you should observe is adjuvant technology. Okay, what do you mean by adjuvant technology? See, adjuvant technology means it is a form of a depot of antigens. Okay, they form a depot of antigens, and once inoculated, this depot of antigens are released into the body slowly. Okay, now take an example of cancer patients. Let us say the cancer patient surgery is done. Once the surgery is done, the tumor is removed. Though the tumor is removed, there may be some cancerous cells that are still left behind in the body. Now what they do in those places where they have removed the tumors, they use this adjuvant technology to be inoculated at those areas, so that slowly these particular adjuvant medicines will release antigens, and these antigens will fight any type of cancerous cells that are there post surgery. Okay, so they are nothing but it is a depot of antigens that are released into the body slowly, right? So that is what is adjuvant technology. So this R21 matrix, that is the new vaccine, is mainly based on the adjuvant technology. All right, so I hope you got the clarity of these terminologies. Malaria has two vaccines, one RTS, S, that is the first malarial vaccine that's already there, and this is the second vaccine that will be there in the market by next year. And this malaria is itself a global disease which has a very high incidence, especially in the tropical countries and developing nations. So I hope you understood about this particular concept. The next is women lead from the front in national organ and tissue donation. So usually what happens is there is something called Ayushman Bhav campaign that is started, where people take pledge. They take pledge in order to donate their organs. In order to donate their organs post their death. Okay, so this is the main idea. So this particular Ayushman Bhav is based on the principle of giving life after death. Now this is a very, very novel and a very, very good concept. Listen to this. Giving life after death principle is, if you are donating your organs and tissues post death, you are going to give life to more than 9 people. You are going to give a new life to more than 9 people by donating vital organs like heart, kidney, liver, pancreas, intestine, and you will also give some vital tissues like cornea, skin, bone cartilage, etc. So by giving this or by donating this post your death, you are allowing to provide a new life to 9 different people. That is huge. And this Ayushman Bhav campaign is based on this particular principle of giving life after death. So in this Ayushman Bhav campaign, the majority of the people who have taken the pledge are women. So they are not only taking a leadership role in science, in the arts, or in the engineering. They are also taking the lead with respect to ethical way of donating their organs post death. This is a very commendable statistics that shows that women are taking leadership roles in different spheres of life. So this is about the Ayushman Bhav campaign. The next is the drug abuse that is happening in India. Now 2023 report of United Nations Office on Drugs, they have released a report in 2023 where they say the highest hotspot in the globe for drug abuse is Southwest Asia. More than 3.2% of the population are victims of drug abuse in Southwest Asia, and India is one amongst them. Now this becomes very important because nearly 2/5 of India is aged below 35, and this is the age where more of the people are prone to drug abuse. Hence this becomes very, very important. Now to stop the spread or possession or commercial use of banned drugs, we have a law. That law is Narcotic Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. Now let me just give an initial glimpse of this act. Now this act, see, any possession or commercial use of banned drugs is a non-bailable offense. Okay, so that is obviously the act. It is trying to stop any type of possession or use or commercial distribution of any of the banned drugs. Now one problem with Narcotic Drugs Psychotropic Substances Act 1985 is it punishes the offenders. It punishes the offenders, but what they are forgetting is these offenders are victims of substance abuse. So basically you are punishing the victims instead of rehabilitating them, instead of making them help recover we are trying to show them as offenders. Now this will create a way of stigmatizing these abuse or substance abusers, and it helps it hinders their reintegration with the society. So that is the greatest hindrance of this Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985. I think this should be looked upon and should make sure that the victims should not be stigmatized, the victims should not be seen as offenders, but the victims should be given all the facilitation to make sure that they are reintegrated, recovered and rehabilitated into the society. So that is very, very important, provided India being a very young demographic. The second is India is now infamously becoming a part of extended Golden Triangle. Right? So Golden Triangle is the Southeast Asia, the Myanmar, Thailand, Laos part. Now Manipur is increasingly also coming under the cultivation of poppy. Now because of this influence of the Golden Triangle into India, they are calling now India also as part of extended Golden Triangle. So increasingly more and more youths, especially in the Northeast, will become victims of this drug abuse if we don't fight this war on drugs. Hence, fighting the war on drugs becomes very, very important if we have to save our youth as well as to realize the potential of demographic advantage that India has. So I hope we realize the importance of this and take necessary measures on this. So these were some of the important issues of 3rd of October, and I hope it was helpful. Please like, share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.